What is up, everyone? All Barca fans, football fans. I'm back again with another episode of Barça News Weekly, and this is gonna be a little bit of a shorter one, though. It's not gonna be, but I'm gonna talk about a little bit what some of the news of the latest week, and a little bit of a preview for the Classico tonight. Later tonight, it's been played later tonight. I was originally going to record this yesterday, but became too tired and I lost time. But I'm doing this now earlier in the day, so it can be out in good time before. But yeah, let's start with some of the news. So overall, let's start with some of the European results, maybe, because in Europe, it's not the most exciting of things, but it's been very interesting with some of the draws as well that's been made. I'll just talk about the Champions League ones because the Europa League and all that is way too much and way too different things to really focus on. But um, first off, the results in Europe, we saw Chelsea has been in the last 2 weeks they have defeated, as I said last, we know that already. Last week we saw them do that. They have gone through and a couple others as well, but this week we saw Liverpool not being able to really get past Real Madrid again. There wasn't as big of a goal scoring game as last time. It was just like a 1-0 or 2-0 victory for Real Madrid. But they couldn't really follow up, and yeah, they have had gone up and down a little bit, haven't they? A lot in the last few weeks. I don't know what Liverpool fans should really feel about it all, but we'll see how it goes for them going forward. But on other sides, we had Manchester City has gone through. They really breezed past their opponent, and also have I think Inter also made it through, and there's plenty of different other ones too. Like there's results that are not the most exciting to talk about, but the ones you think were the favorites pretty much all went through in a way. Napoli has gone through as well. Milan has gone through, and they will be facing each other actually in the quarterfinals. Milan and Napoli, which will be very much interesting, and I think that's gonna be something very cool, like an Italian face off there, because I believe in beforehand. Napoli are definitely the main favorites here. They have had an incredible season so far. Really doing well in the league and as well. Milan has had AC Milan has had like an up and down kind of season. It's sometimes good, sometimes not. A lot of injuries. Just now, Zlatan Ibrahimovic came back, but he's very old and out, and they don't have some of the first two. Yesterday they lost as well last night to Udinese with 3-1, and they were very poor defensively. Though in the Champions League against Tottenham, which they eliminated, they were very good, very solid defensively. But yesterday we saw that the total opposite of that. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag with AC Milan. We'll see how they handle that. A tough attacking team like Napoli, who have really good players, Helia, Osman, and like all those really good players up front that really can score. They have brought up some good players this season, especially. So it's very interesting to see and how far Napoli really goes. They're starting to become a little bit of a favorite to maybe win the whole thing. That will be very interesting to see. I'll be all for that actually. It wouldn't be too bad to see something like that, a little bit of something new. And other places, of course, Bayern Munich and Manchester City will be facing each other in the quarterfinals. Of course, City gets the big Bayern. Pep returns to his former club there. It will be very interesting as well to see how that goes and how they really face up and how they can match each other. And also Real Madrid will be facing Chelsea. From one little bit out of form English club to another, you know. This is gonna be very interesting. Like, I guess it could be interesting to see if Chelsea can really step up. But you know how they have been these past few months, and under Graham Potter, it's not been the greatest. Even yesterday, they drew against Everton, and it's it is interesting to see how this is gonna go. But yeah, that's and then a couple final ones there is also interfacing off against what was it? Uh, I forgot. But there's some smaller, not as big fixtures. Still a couple more, but uh, I'll talk about it in another video. I want to go more through into it, uh, but it's gonna be interesting to see who actually wins this Champions League. It's gonna go down to it really. We'll see how it happens. But then we also have, and one big fixture I can talk about in the Europa League is Manchester United's, and they will be facing the big surprising winners against Arsenal, of course, Sporting Lisbon, I believe that's facing, or was it so? Well, I think so at least. Or were they the ones facing Sevilla? I think they were facing Sevilla. Or they were basically facing Sevilla, maybe. I can't remember right now. Either way, like I cannot. I'll talk about it in another video, going through it more thoroughly. I wasn't prepared to talk about all that right now. I think they're facing either Sporting Lisbon or Sevilla, and then Juventus maybe also is having one of those big. We'll see. We'll see. I'll talk about it in a separate video. Um, but now let's go into some of the more transfer type news before we go into the Barcelona stuff, like the match stuff. There is some big stuff happening, especially in France, in Paris, as you heard maybe, because Messi is, some certain Lionel Messi is definitely falling out with the PSG fans. Not on his part though, not really his fault, but they have turned on him a lot, and PSG have not been doing the absolute greatest lately. So it's gaining more and more traction and more rumors that he will be leaving, even more than last week now, that he will be leaving PSG this summer, and there is a much stronger and stronger possibility that he will be returning to Barcelona. There's been more rumors now, more stronger and more reliable sources also reporting on that. I don't say anything's gonna happen. I don't say that nothing is finished. Nothing is right, like 100% clear and said and done. Anything can still happen. He can still change mind, going somewhere else. But it looks like he wants to come. It looks like there's the movement that he wants. That it's a possibility at least for him. That is an option that he's considering at least, because he wants to stay in Europe. He wants to stay in Europe and still play Champions League and be in the big leagues. He doesn't feel like he wants to go up to Saudi Arabia or like somewhere in the US or something like that. Because there are some clubs from there that are really trying to sign him as well. But he feels like he wants to still play in the top level in Europe, so that's what he's gonna try to do. And Barcelona is an option he's considering, according to some rumors. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens here. I will be absolutely over the moon and super happy if he does return. Next season that would really mean a lot for us, especially also when we add some new other players as well that are coming in the summer going out, and we can really build up a strong squad then, and definitely go and challenge for Europe big time next season. Challenge for the Champions League. That will be our main goal next season if we do manage to get La Liga and the Copa del Rey done this season. So of course we're still gonna go for those trophies as well next season. We're not gonna stop going for any trophy, but at least that will be the main like the big goal for next season. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of that. I'll do another video next week talking about a little bit more about some other transfer rumors that we have. We are closing in more and more about Gundogan from Manchester City, Inigo from Athletic Bilbao and a couple others like that. Victor Roque as well, from coming from South America. I remember the club he was playing for right now, but he's also young. He wants to come, and we're going for him. He's a striker. He could be a good backup for Lewandowski next season. So I think that there's some good prospects for us in the summer. We can do well, and despite all this dumb Negreira case and all that other stuff, that's all gonna go away because it's all just dumb stuff being set up from the Spanish and all that. There's no proof of it, and it's looking more and more likely that nothing's gonna come of it because there's just been more proof against their claims than for them. So I think we're gonna not gonna have to deal much with that. It's gonna be okay. We will be able to have a good summer and good months ahead, and not have to worry much about that. But anyways, let's get into this now. It's dumb. One more thing, it's just dumb. It just irritates everybody that this has even happened. That they're even claiming all that. But you know, it's popular to hate on Barcelona. But yeah. Let's get in now to the Classico and a couple of results that we've had. Last weekend, of course, against Athletic Bilbao, we did win that game and we managed to go 9 points clear of Real Madrid ahead of the Classico, which was very much good. Something we definitely needed to do to give us a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of a margin there. It was a 1-0 win again, but it was still very much solid and very good. Um, some small little bit of mishaps here and there, but it was mostly overall a very good game, a very solid game defensively and all that. So, but then about some news about this Classico ahead, there's some sad news as well, because yesterday it came out that we already knew that Dembele was not gonna be able to make it. That kind of understandable. They don't want to rush that much, and I can get that. But yesterday also the news came out that Pedri will not be available as well, and the squad sheet has come out and he's not included, which is very much upsetting. Of course, we all was hoping that he was gonna come back for this Classico. But I guess it's kind of almost the same situation as with Dembele. They don't want to rush anything, and they don't want him to go. Especially, I believe also there's some, I believe it too, that they don't want him to go out in the Spanish national team, especially now after he's been both him and Dembele. They don't want him to relapse or make anything worse. They want him. They want them both to be ready for the return leg Classico in the Copa del Rey in the beginning of April when we get back from the international break. That'll be one of the two there. So I believe that's also kind of the case there. But I believe still, even though without Pedri, we can definitely handle this very much well. Lewandowski is there. Araujo is back. He will be playing with from he was suspended last game. He will be playing with our best defense. We were playing with our best defense pretty much. Araujo, Kunde, Christensen, and Balde all in the back. I will 100% believe Xavi will go with that. In the midfield, we probably then will see Frenkie de Jong, Busquets, and Kessié probably, and up front there is rumors to be, of course, Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Gavi. So with that team, I believe we can still beat them. We did beat them without Pedri, and so in the first Classico leg of the Copa del Rey. So that away, that was even at the Bernabeu as well. So playing at home and having at least most of our best players ready, like I think we can definitely handle them, but we can't take them lightly, of course. So we have to be focused, and Xavi's tactics had to be very much right, just like they were in the last two Clásicos that we have played. You know, the Super Cup final and the Copa del Rey first leg semifinal. So you have to be very much good, and this is the first Clásico at home for Xavi. It will be the first one at home at the Spotify Camp Nou since he became the coach. He has only played away games because he took over like a little bit after, not really mid, but just before mid-season last season. Took over after Coleman there. when Coman got sacked, and then we had already played the first leg, or the first Classico of the season in the league, which was at home. So he only had the other one left, and we did really well there with 4-0. So the most of the Classico that he has been with us, it's been victories. It's been really solid victories, and hopefully that can continue. He's been doing well facing Real Madrid as a coach. So hopefully tonight we can do the same thing again. They've been talking a lot beforehand, but we should be focused and really be ready and do everything we can, because this can mean a lot. This can mean a lot, and it'd be a very, very decisive game of the season, because we can go around 12 points ahead of them if we manage to win this. We can go up 12 points before Real Madrid, and that could really, really set us up for really going and winning the league in the end, because that will give us a big margin, like, to go on and to base our tactics and formations and everything going on forward for the last part of the season. We can get things done very well, because there's some games ahead, of course. There's some like Atletico Madrid and all that stuff, but I believe if we just keep winning, if we keep doing it right, I believe we're on a good way to do win this league title once again, and also the Copa del Rey, of course. Hopefully we can beat them in the second leg of the semifinal too. We can get that done, going to the final, and yeah, and pretty much get the whole uh, domestic treble in the bag, pretty much. And that would be, for me personally, that would be a very much successful season. I wouldn't be definitely not be against that. It will be a very much good season, even without a European trophy. Still very much good. Winning 3 Spanish trophies like that with something, and two, like especially one trophy that we haven't won in multiple years now, since 2019 or so, or 2018 or 2019, what was right. That was the last time we won the league. So winning the league again seems like a good like return step, a good step forward. And the next season we'll be focusing on the big one, on the Champions League as well, even more. But uh, we'll take that then, and now we just have to focus on getting this league title home. And yeah, I will see that's a very successful season if we manage to do it. I'll be very happy about that. If we can become league and cup champions. So yeah, that's pretty much what it. That Real Madrid's lineup is probably gonna be mostly the same as they've always gone with. With some from Benzema and all that stuff, and uh, they go with pretty much what they usually go with. But we need to be sure to handle them. Araujo needs to be sure once again, try to pocket Vinicius, try to keep him away, like he's done in the last couple Clásicos. So yeah, let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the absolute best, and let's hope we get a good win tonight, and we can be much happy. All as Barca fans, we can look forward to the rest of the season very well, and be positive. Going into the international break, that will be the most perfect thing. So yeah, but that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like down below, and also subscribe if you're not done that already, and ring the notification bell to get notified next time I upload these videos, which is every week, and sometimes in between weeks as well, like in middle of the week, but mostly during in the weekends, or so there will be a new video up talking about the latest stuff. So that's at least guaranteed. So yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Let's hope for the best tonight. Visca Barça.